We're going to dive deep into 7 habits that can completely transform your life in just 1 week. Yes, you heard that right. Just 1 week. I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but I promise you, these aren't just your typical tips that you hear everywhere. These are real, raw, and honest habits that you can integrate into your daily routine. You'll go through the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the triumphs, and the transformation you'll experience will be nothing short of amazing. I can't wait to share these with you, because they've had such a profound impact on my life, and I believe they can do the same for you. Whether you're looking to boost your productivity, improve your mental health, or just make a positive change in your everyday life, these habits can help you get there. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because these habits aren't just theoretical. They're practical, actionable steps that you can start implementing today. Plus, I'll be sharing some personal stories and insights from my own journey, giving you a raw and honest look at how these habits worked for me. Let's get started. Habit 1. Waking up early. The first habit that changed my life was waking up early. Now, let me be completely honest with you. I was never a morning person. My bed was my best friend, and I used to hit the snooze button more times than I can count. Mornings were a chaotic rush, and I often felt like I was starting my day on the wrong foot. But I decided to give waking up early a shot, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. I started by setting my alarm for 5 a.m. The first few days were brutal. I remember dragging myself out of bed, feeling groggy and wondering if this was really worth it. But I pushed through, and by the 3rd day, something incredible started to happen. I began to appreciate the quiet and stillness of the early morning hours. There was something almost magical about being up before the rest of the world when everything was calm and peaceful. With these extra hours, I found time for things I never seemed to have time for before. I started my day with a bit of light exercise, nothing too intense, just some stretching or a short jog around the neighborhood. This not only woke me up, but also energized me for the rest of the day. I also spent some time meditating and setting my intentions for the day. These moments of mindfulness made a huge difference in my overall mindset and productivity. Another surprising benefit of waking up early was that I no longer felt rushed. I had ample time to enjoy a healthy breakfast, sip my coffee slowly, and plan out my day. This unrushed start set a positive tone for the entire day. Now, waking up early might not be for everyone, but I encourage you to give it a try, even if it's just for a week. Start with just 15 minutes earlier than your usual wake-up time and gradually increase it. You might be surprised at how much of a positive impact it can have on your life. Habit 2. Daily exercise. This habit was another game changer. I wasn't always the most active person. I used to find every excuse in the book to avoid working out. I'm too tired, I don't have time, or I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? But one day I decided enough was enough. I made a commitment to move my body every single day for a week, and the results were incredible. I started small, just 20 minutes a day, mixing it up between yoga, jogging, and strength training to keep things interesting. By the 4th day, something amazing happened. I woke up feeling more energized, my mood improved drastically, and I was less irritable. Those 20 minutes of exercise weren't just about burning calories or building muscle. They were about giving myself time to focus on me, release stress, and boost my endorphins. Exercise became my time to disconnect from the world and reconnect with myself. It became a form of self-care, not a chore. If you're struggling to get started, my advice is to start small. Find something you enjoy, whether it's dancing, hiking, or even just a brisk walk, and commit to just a few minutes a day. Gradually build up from there. Trust me, the benefits you'll experience will be well worth the effort. Habit number 3 is journaling. I used to think journaling was just for people who had loads of free time or were naturally introspective. But after a week of consistent journaling, I discovered its power. It became a cornerstone of my personal growth journey. I started simple. Every night before bed, I dedicated just 10 minutes to journaling. The first night, I wasn't sure what to write, but then I began with something basic. How my day went, what made me happy, and what I struggled with. As the days went by, I started diving deeper, writing about my goals, fears, dreams, and even my insecurities. Through journaling, I gained clarity. I could process my emotions better and even track my progress. Noticing small victories and milestones, no matter how minor they seemed, filled me with a sense of accomplishment and motivated me to keep pushing forward. If you've never tried journaling, I encourage you to start. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just write whatever comes to mind. It could be a recap of your day, reflections on a specific event, or even a stream of consciousness. You'll be amazed at how much clarity and peace it brings into your life. Habit 4. Mindful eating. Mindful eating was a big one for me. Like many people, I used to eat on the go, barely paying attention to what or how much I was consuming. But after giving mindful eating a try for a week, everything changed. Mindful eating is about paying full attention to the experience of eating, savoring each bite, noticing the flavors, textures, and even the sounds of your food. I committed to eating all my meals mindfully by setting a nice place for myself, clearing my table, and removing distractions. It became a calming ritual. I began to notice how much more I enjoyed my food. Foods I had eaten 100 times before suddenly had new, delightful flavors. Plus, by eating slowly and mindfully, I found that I naturally ate less and felt more satisfied. If you're interested in mindful eating, start with just one meal a day. Sit down without distractions, take a few deep breaths, and savor each bite. You might be surprised at how much richer your eating experience becomes. Habit 5. Limiting screen time. Limiting screen time was another huge shift. We live in a digital world, and it's so easy to get sucked into endless hours of social media, binge-watching shows, or checking emails. But I realized that all this screen time was taking a toll on my mental health, productivity, and even sleep. I decided to set a daily limit of 1 hour for non-work-related screen time. It was tough at first, but I quickly realized how much more time I had in my day. I rediscovered old hobbies like reading, drawing, and cooking. Instead of spending my evenings watching TV, I took walks, read books, and even spent a few hours in a cafe writing in my journal. The biggest change? My sleep quality improved dramatically. Without screens before bed, I found it easier to wind down and fall asleep. I woke up feeling rested, energized, and more focused. If you feel like screens are consuming too much of your time, try setting some boundaries. Start small, maybe with an hour less each day, and use that extra time to reconnect with yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you. And that's a wrap on these 7 habits that can dramatically change your life. You don't have to implement all of them at once. Start small and see what works for you. These small, manageable changes can lead to substantial transformations. Now, it's your turn. Which habit are you thinking of adopting? Share your thoughts, experiences, and any questions you might have. I'd love to hear from you.